Good morning, and today's the 24th of February, and I've just got up, and now is the moment of truth. But before I do that, there's something that I want to show you. Just let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is my keto stick. I'll call it that for the want of a better word. Ketone test strip. That's what they're called. And if you look against the chart here, I am actually somewhere between, I think it's 1.5 and 4. I think I'm edging towards 4, which is moderate ketosis. Now, I think it's going to take me longer than most people to actually get into full ketosis, simply because I've got high blood sugar to start off with. So it's probably going to take me that little bit longer to get rid of all the stored glucose in my muscles and my liver. So anyway, moment of truth. This is what we've all been waiting for. Here's my scales. Let's get them turned on. Now, if you can see that or not. £14 stone 5. So I've lost £3 already in the 3 full days. Not that dramatic. It's quite good, but it's not that dramatic. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Same. Yeah, so if you've come on this morning, you'll have seen that I stepped on the scales this morning and I'm £3 down. Now, I don't for 1 minute think that I've lost fat. That will be all water, or mainly water, because your body stores 3 to 4 grams of water for every gram of glycogen. Now, because this diet is a very low carbohydrate diet, then obviously I'm not getting the glucose from my diet, so my body is actually having to use the glucose, which is stored in my muscles and in my liver, to provide me with energy. Now, that is a completely natural process. Obviously, that is what your body's supposed to do. So I'm not in full ketosis yet, because ketosis basically means that you've used up all the glycogen, the glucose that is stored as glycogen in your muscles and your liver, and that you're then having to burn fat using the process called ketoneogenesis or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Oh, sorry, no, glyconeogenesis is what they call the process when your body actually starts to burn fat. But as a side effect from that, your body releases ketones, and you can measure that in your urine. So they say that you're in ketogenesis. No, they don't. They say you're in ketosis, and get me tosis and my genesis is mixed up. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you really, because I know this is like the most important part of the diet, because you can follow any diet and lose weight, but it's about whether or not you're coping with it or not. And I have to admit that on well, we're now Thursday, Tuesday night, which was day 2, I did start to feel a bit hungry. Day 1 was an absolute breeze, didn't feel hungry once. Day 2, towards the end of the evening, I started to feel hungry. And I'd made that big pan of soup, which if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen me making it. Made that big pan of soup, and I had that, which did help. But I did go to bed feeling a little bit hungry, and then just a little bit. It wasn't nothing major. I wasn't getting any tummy grumbles or anything like that. It was just that I just felt a little bit hungry. That had gone by morning, and I started back on it on Wednesday. Excuse me, I've actually tried every single flavour now of the shakes, the porridges and the omelettes, because that's what basically your choices are. And I have to say that my favourite is the omelettes. The omelettes are absolutely delicious. Probably because you have to put a real egg in them, I don't know, but you mix them up with a real egg, so they're quite filling, and they're delicious as well, because I like savoury things. My least favourite is the nut shake. I have to be honest about that, the nut shake. So I had 2 doses of that yesterday because I want to get it used up. It's a bit like when you have a meal and you've got all your veggies on the plate and you don't like your veggies, so you eat them first so you enjoy the rest of it. Well, that's what I'm like in the moment. I'm trying to use it up. Just been looking actually at the nutritional information on these, because I just discovered that you can pull that back and there's all your nutritional information. Oh, that startled the dog then. Right, and along the side here, right, at the top here is your macronutrients, how much carbohydrate, how much protein, how much fat, and how much things like salt and fibre, etc. in it. And at the bottom here is all your vitamins and your minerals. So all the vitamins and the minerals, if you look down the side, you probably can't see it, but down the side there, it tells you that these are 20% of your daily recommended, the daily recommended amount for that particular mineral, and it's 20% all the way down, so 1/5, which is kind of handy because you have 5 meals a day. But that actually tells you why it's so important to have all 5 of these meals. It also tells you the calorie content in that, and I was quite shocked when I looked at it, because the pancakes and the porridge per serving are 92 calories each, and the shakes, so you wouldn't have 5 shakes in a day. You'd have to have 2 either porridge or omelette, 2 servings of that, and then 3 of the shakes, because the shakes are 150 calories per serving. And I totted that up in my head, and I think the whole diet is just under 650 calories, if around the 92 to, well, it's under 650 calories, which is way low, and I mean way low. That is what you would class as a very low calorie diet. However, you do have the allowance of 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and you have, I think it's 2 tablespoons of nuts as well, that you're supposed to be eating daily, plus the egg in the omelette, which is about 80 calories. And it was calculated all in all, it comes to about 1,000 calories, just over 1,000 calories, still quite low. So this diet is not something that you would do if you're only a little bit overweight. This is really aimed at people who have got to that point where they may be either pre-diabetic like me, or they're just so overweight, you know, that they've tried every diet going, and then they put it back on again. And the reason that happens is basically because most diets, very low calorie diets, will eat away in muscle, and that's why they say that very low calorie diets are bad for you, because what happens is when your body has exhausted its glycogen stores, it will burn either fat or muscle, and it will always go for the muscle first if excuse me, if the protein is insufficient in the diet. It will always burn the muscle off first. The protein in this diet is quite high, so it protects that muscle, so you don't lose as much muscle as you would do on a very low calorie diet, which included carbs and, you know, was balanced with the macronutrients. Now, what that means is that when I finally come off the diet, because you're only on it for a short time, maximum of 3 months, remember, when you come off the diet, your muscles have been preserved. So because muscles actually burn calories while you're at rest, that is why you get that yo-yo effect. If you've lost muscle, then you're not burning as much calories when you sat at rest. So if you go back to normal eating, then you're going to put your weight back on, and more besides as well, because, you know, you've damaged your body composition. So this is why this diet is not unhealthy. It's healthy because it's been developed to give you all the vitamins and minerals that you need, whilst reducing your calorie intake and your carbohydrate intake and your fat intake, actually, because the actual shakes and the omelettes and the porridge is low in fat, but that's why it's important that you have those 2 tablespoons of olive oil or rapeseed oil, flax oil, just to keep your calories up and to keep your fats up, without going over the top. So that will be why I've lost as much weight. What I will be interested to see now is, once I go into full ketosis, which I'm still not there, once I go into full ketosis and all my glycogen's been used up and I start burning fat, I will be interested to see how much weight actually comes off at that point per week. Because, I mean, there's no way on this planet that anybody can continue to keep losing £1 a day, because that's like what I've averaged so far, £1 a day. And it's not, it can't be fat. It isn't, you know, I mean, fat is what, 3,500 calories per pound. So that is what you would have to burn to lose £1 of fat, or, you know, saving calories that you consume to lose £1 of fat. So there's no way that that can be fat that's come off. It's got to be fluids. Anyway, I was going to make this a very short one today, but if anybody has got any questions, do pop them in the comments now and I'll answer them. I know somebody did ask me the other day, they didn't ask me in Messenger, they asked me the other day, they said to me, isn't it dangerous? Well, I think I've just explained why it's not dangerous to actually reduce your carbs down to excuse me, down to, well, it's not zero. I think the shakes actually add up to around about 20 grams, and the extra vegetables that you're eating, I think overall you're having about 20 to 25 grams of of carbohydrate every day. So it's not zero carbohydrate, but no, it's not dangerous to reduce your calories that far. And the reason for that is that there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. There are essential fats, which are omega-3 and omega-6, and essential proteins, and there's 9 of them. Don't ask me to name them all. Tryptophan is one of them. I've always remembered that, but don't ask me to name them all just like that, because I couldn't remember all 9 of them. But there's 9 essential amino acids. So amino acids are in your proteins. Omega-3 and 6. So, omega-3 and 6 essential fats are in your fats. But there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, because your body can actually manufacture glucose from other macronutrients. So there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. So reducing your carbs to a very low level, it does actually do nothing other than control your blood sugar. So that's the answer to that. No, it's not dangerous. It would be to certain people with certain conditions, like if they have got, if somebody has got if somebody's got a condition like pancreatitis or a liver condition, it would be dangerous if it was that, because their insulin isn't working properly. The pancreas isn't working properly. Their insulin isn't working properly. And it is the insulin that directs the glucose to be stored either in your muscles and liver if there's room, or as fat if you've actually already full of glycogen in that area, then it's stored as fat. So no, it's not dangerous unless you've got an underlying health condition where you can't actually produce insulin properly, or your insulin so insulin resistant that no matter what you do, it's not going to go where it's supposed to go. So no, it's not. And Linda's just said that she's lost 7.5 pounds in 10 days. That's amazing. How much did you lose in the first week, Linda? Do you know? Because that'd be interesting, because really the second week is when you're going to be actually burning the fat. Yeah, Linda's just saying that people with liver disease, kidney disease, or type 1 diabetes can't do this diet, and that is a fact, because obviously if they've got that, then their insulin systems, their endocrine system isn't working properly, so it would be dangerous for them to do the diet. But if you're a healthy person and you've only got like very minor health problems like I've got, then there's no reason why you shouldn't do the diet. Linda's just said that she's lost 7 pounds in the first week, so in the second week it is slowing down, but that is to be expected because now she'll be burning fat. So even if you're losing £1 pound a week of fat, that is really good, because it's 3,500 calories in £1 pound of fat. So that is quite hard to lose that consistently, but you lose a lot up front with this, and then it steadies out and you're losing an average. I think they said in the catalogue you lose an average of being between £1 and £2 a week across the full diet. So yeah, your weight loss does slow down on any diet in the second week. So, any more questions? Because if there isn't, I'm going to pop off here. And if you have any more questions after that, if you're watching on replay and you've got a question, leave me a comment down below and I will answer the questions for you. And other than that, I am going to say goodbye for now, because I am coming up now to that time of day again when I've got to have me tea, omelette. The omelette. Actually, that's my favourite meal, the omelette. So, you know, I'm not unhappy about that. So thank you, like I say, thank you for watching, and I will keep you updated. I think I'm going to keep doing my diary, my video diary, but they're only going to be very short ones, because there isn't a lot to tell you at this stage, other than, like, you know, my weekly weigh-ins. So they've got to be a little bit less frequent, the video diaries, but I will keep coming on a Thursday on Facebook in my group, Catch Your Essence, so that people can ask me questions if they want to. All right, thank you for listening, and I shall see you soon. Bye now.